years ago for this time.
Beautiful.
Because it was letting people know that when this event happened, we were going to start to wake up from this amnesia of craziness and war and violence and insanity. There are many myths around the world that talk about this. I just discovered one, and I'm so excited about it. It's called The Return of the Goddess of Justice. And it's from a Greek mythology. And the Greeks said, they called her Themis. The Romans changed it because, you know, they always change the names from the Greek to their own names. They called this goddess Astrea. And the way that the myth, now myths are just the story of our soul. It's the language of the soul. So it talks to our soul. These old myths, fairy tales, all these things are actually the language our soul talks in. It doesn't talk like you and I right now, Gigi. That's not how our soul talks. It talks through these stories, through music, art, dance. So this story, they talked about the gods and goddesses. You know, we've heard of all the different Greek gods and goddesses.
I'm
Zeus.
Greek.
Then you know, you've heard the stories. We've all heard the stories, the Greek gods and goddesses. So what that said is all these gods and goddesses had an influence in the world when we were in a golden age. Now, golden means what I'm talking about. Our true authentic self is our real gold. So it was a time of peace on the planet. Yes, we did have eras of that. There are different civilizations that talk about a golden age. So they called it the golden era. And that's when the gods and goddesses were closest to the people on earth. And the goddess of justice, who they called Themis, she actually would plead before Zeus on behalf of the people. If something went wrong, she would plead for forgiveness, she would plead for mercy, she would plead for goodness to come back into their life, because a good father would do that. Now remember, a myth is a story of the soul. As civilization declined, consciousness, competition, started being more mean to each other. It went from a golden age to the silver age. The myths say, all the gods and goddesses looked at this earth and said, we're out of here. This vibration is too low for us. We can't hang out in this, and we're going to just go away. She was the last one to leave during the silver era. Then the bronze, when they started making iron weapons, I believe, and then the Iron Age was actually war. Decline of civilization. It's pretty accurately described. Gold and silver, bronze, iron. So she left at the end of the silver era, and she said, I'm not going away. I'm going to go into the heavens, so the constellation of Virgo, which is next to the scales of justice of Libra.
Yes.
You will be able to see me in the sky, and I will return when you start to wake up again and start being kinder to each other. So there's a lot of different myths around the world that are talking about this time. And this is a time when we're all waking up, where we are starting to be kinder to each other. We have people like Marshall coming and giving us guidance. We have someone like me who can help you get rid of those emotions so you start to live out of your gold. Mind that gold. Be who you really are, because that's how you bring positive things into your life and the good things start to happen in your life. Good attracts good, bad attracts bad. Which do you want? It's a choice. I'm telling people it's 100%
Yes.
choice. So I'm going to start in the end of April. I'm going to Norway because they have what they call the Norse mythology. Odin, Thor, all these different ones. They have a story of an Adam and Eve story where they eventually, at a certain time, there was going to be a new Adam and a new Eve.
Oh my.
I just read a prophecy yesterday from the Cree Nation, which is in the Canada area, and they talk about the prophecy of the rainbow warriors. And they say that all the gods and goddesses are going to be returning at this time to help mankind awaken, be the rainbow people. Now, I was trained in a tradition from the Incas, which is Peru, and they call themselves the rainbow people. The children of the sun actually meant we are the people of light. It didn't mean they worship the sun. You know, unfortunately, back when these things were discovered with these ancient peoples, they had a very big misperception about what they were all about. the Incas being one of them. When the Spanish came, they went, oh, they're pagan, they worship the sun, they worship the moon. No, they recognized the sun represents the Great Spirit.
Well, the wonderful thing is you are going around the world
Yes.
with groups of people and doing your healing
Yes.
and blessings and helping each other wake up where
Yes.
we will have more world peace.
Yes, where we can live in that permanently.
Now, how can everybody, we're already out of time, how can everybody, Mary Raymakers, I know you're located right now in Santa Barbara,
Yes,
and
I'm here local.
your phone number, 5704 now?
Nope,
Or
5388.
88. Perfect.
Yes.
I know Fred's got it right up on the screen, but I just want everyone to know that it will really lighten up their life if they do spend some time with you, and it
Yes.
doesn't take long, and it is permanent.
Permanent and usually one session. Every now and then a rarity too. So you're not going to come to me week after week after week.
Thank you, Mary. What a joy. And for our viewers, I'd just like to say we're blessed here having all of these beautiful guests with us with such wonderful, peaceful intent on our planet to make a difference. Here we are going into our 12th year, and what a blessing. I'd like to say that we're live every Tuesday night, and also, let's see, I enjoy trying to catch up with all of your challenges and messages. Gigi, Amour@cox.net. Thank you. I appreciate your input and your encouragement. And you can go to our website, compassionateconnection.tv. Next week, we will have life coach Susan Allen with us. And I would just like to say thank you so much to our director, Fred Winter. We couldn't do the show without Fred's input. And here at the studio, Mark, Matt, so many of you that have contributed to our wonderful show. Thank you so much. And for you viewers, I wish you all permanent, continuous, inescapable moments of compassionate connection.